Welcome, everyone, to the Indie Hangout Podcast. I am Pneumatics. You may know me over on YouTube or over on Twitch if you add an extra X at the end. I am, of course, joined by my amazing co-hosts, Maz and Kronos. What's up, guys?
What's going on, guys? Maz from Maztech Gaming. Maztech Gaming over on YouTube. Maztech_gaming VODs on YouTube. And Maztech_gaming on Twitch.
What's going on, everybody? Kronos here. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at OSOK_Kronos.
All right. So today we wanted to get together and talk a bit about some indies that are popping out this month, right in the month of October. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of indie games coming out. You know, it's a spooky season. And there's also, what else is there? Isn't there a Steam Next Fest coming up?
There's a Steam Next Fest coming up, and there is a Pneumatics solo Phasmophobia stream in the month of October, if memory serves.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I did not forget about that one, Kronos. I told you I wouldn't let him forget about it.
Of course not.
I was trying to help you out, New, and act like I forgot, you know.
Yeah. So what's the big date there, Mr. Pneumatics?
Oh, my God, dude. I don't know. I will not do it. I will definitely do it, but I need to pick a date, and it's most likely will be on a Saturday at some point. So, yeah, alone in the basement, lights off, in the corner.
No problem.
Nothing but the sound of the game and
nothing else. Just you and the game.
Ooh, spooky.
freaking dude. I saw you. I saw you, Maz, over in your Discord pop out about that. I was like, this guy for real called me out on his Discord. Now, it's not just you guys and our listeners. It's everyone on Maz's Discord as well, okay?
Yeah, it was like, out of the blue. I was like, shut up, Maz. It's like, why? I was not expecting a response that quick.
I just happened to be looking, I was just happening to be looking at my phone when you said that. I'm like, oh, man, here we go.
That's hilarious. How's that for timing?
Yeah. And
Perfect timing.
Of course, if our listeners don't know, I'm terribly terrified of scary games. Like, literally, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. I don't know. Like, forget about it. Yeah, Phasmophobia. I remember this all stems from I decided to tell these guys that I played Phasmophobia with some subscribers of mine back in the day. And at some point, obviously, because it's multiplayer, at some point they all died. And it was a choice of mine. Go back in and finish the mission or leave in the van. And I said, nope, I'm out. And I went back to the van and they were like, really? You weren't going to finish? No, I don't think so.
Now you'll have no choice.
Oh
unless you're going to just sit there and spam the key the entire stream. I'm just not going to leave the back of the truck.
Dude. Like, there you go, Maz. I played. I did it.
I played and I didn't cry.
Oh, dude, I'm not going to lie. I just thought about it for a split second and I got so much anxiety. Oh my God, it's going to be bad when I do it.
You'll be all right. We'll be right there with you thousands of miles away to support you.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to be alone, remember, because I said I don't like him either, and you challenged me to play it also.
Oh,
very true.
Look at this.
So
It's okay.
I got to sneak in that stream myself, I guess, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, man, that's going to be great.
Man.
I can't wait now.
I get goosebumps just playing Repo by myself. Like, I couldn't imagine playing Phasmophobia.
Oh, it's gonna be a pleasure to watch both of you do that.
Dude, and it's so cool that, and obviously it makes total sense talking about this game on the podcast because it's an indie game and it was made by, I think, one guy, and then it gained much success, and now it's grown in popularity to the point where he got a team under him that builds out these DLCs. And honestly, the Phasmophobia game I played 3 years ago is in no way, shape, or form the same as the Phasmophobia I will be playing this month.
Absolutely not. It is almost unrecognizable from what it once was. It has gotten scarier. It's gotten some good graphic overhauls. It's got some new challenges to it. They added, and this is probably about a year and a half ago, added achievements to it, which is kind of cool. So yeah, a completely different game than what it once was.
Yeah, and it's I loved it back in the day. Well, back in the day, a couple of years
I mean,
ago.
all 2 years
How old
ago.
are we
Yeah,
now?
right.
I'm like, geez, God, what is going on? Well, honestly, we just
Listen
talked
to this
about how
guy.
we just talked about how these indie games seem to be just rapid fire, man. They're hot 1 minute and they're dead the next. But Phasmophobia stood the test of time here, honestly. And what did we talk
100%.
about? Dude, what did we talk about, guys? Not too long ago, we talked about or in our horror episode, we talked about how these games that are made in October are almost like set in stone, like permanent, because every October they're going to pop up. They're going to pop up in those fall sales on Steam. They're going to pop up in your feed on wherever you're getting your news and sources from. Like they're going to pop up because it's spooky season. Come on. It's just going to happen.
Absolutely.
So it's something these indie games get that other indies don't.
Well, and among streamers, October is a special month. I mean, these indie games come out of the woodwork, and we've talked about this in previous episodes that I feel, and I think we all agreed, that these horror genres, the indie games, they own it at this point. They have the best, most innovative games out there, and the streamers, they eat it up, and the viewers, they also find it to be an incredible thing. I mean, I'm excited myself to launch what I'm doing this.
Yeah,
See,
man.
I think that's one of the things that like helps indies during October also is how they integrate in like the communities into them. Because what is it? You said Phasmophobia? How do you say it again? I keep on butchering this name.
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia. Okay. I keep saying it. I'm like, I ain't saying this right at all. But they got the Twitch integration, right? You said to where like your Twitch chat can, change stuff in the game or cause stuff to happen. Like that's huge. You don't see
So-
AAA games doing that.
No, so there is it's a plugin called Dixper. It's not
Called what?
it's Dixper, DIXP.
What?
Dixper. Not to be confused with like Dix per second or anything like that, but just
There you go.
DIXPER, right? And
Okay.
it is a special plugin that you can actually cheer bits to throw things up on the screen. I played it with the Queen of Z's and Wheezy's World a couple years ago on the Queen of Z's stream, and like there were different things where people could cheer bits, and like all of a sudden your camera is stuck looking upwards, or your flashlight won't work anymore, or you can actually have a hunt start in the game, which is pretty incredible. So that kind of adds some immersive portions of the gaming, emergent portions of the game to make it more interactive with your communities. But yeah, I will correct you though, Kronos. There are some plugins that are made by fans that will work with AAA as well. That seems to generally be something that the fans are making with these plugins. Like they've got something called Skyrim 10, which allows you to you can cheer bits, but you can also do channel points on Twitch that will spawn a dragon, or shoot your guy up in the air, or just kind of really mess with you. So lots of really cool interactive things. But I will tell you that, to your point though, these indie games are the ones that have the innovation, that kind of thing. It's a lot easier to have a smaller game have that kind of intervention, if you will, versus a larger game. So lots of really cool things though.
Yeah, see, I guess where it's not very common, I guess now to correct myself. Like I didn't know there was any AAA titles that allowed that stuff. But like you said, it's more fan base driven, so it's
more fan driven. Yeah, it's more of, they allow that because it's interactivity. The more interactive people are, the more they stay. And if you allow that, then people are going to see your game longer. the more people watch your game, the more likely they're going to buy it, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
for certain.
yeah, that's true. It's crazy how much we talk about these games, right? So, like Phasmophobia, like I said, starting out, just like it's very similar to how Lethal Company was back in 2023, exploded. And that was a solo devs, low budget project. Phasmophobia was also a low budget project, both multiplayer and really hit the indie scene in a big way when it comes to multiplayer, right? And I think it's because like a lot of these games started out from having these small communities like Discord communities, Kickstarter community, even Kickstarter communities. I would think as well. You see all these devlogs for indie dev games over on YouTube as well. They're building community over there, and because of that, I think it kind of spawns these ideas for devs to bring multiplayer and make it even better, right? Because of the people who are backing them. Even think about Fubins, the guy we just had on. He had us play his game Madhouse, right? And we ended up playing that. And I honestly, I didn't even know there was a multiplayer to it until he said it. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's really cool. But it's smart. It's so smart because if you really dig down into these games and something we had just said a few moments ago how it's almost flash in a pan and gone, flash in a pan and gone with these games. But if they have multiplayer, there's a bigger chance for them to stick around. There's a bigger chance for them to hit it big. And why? Because one, they had the backing from the community. Two, their community can play with each other with the game and experience it together. Three, you have the possibility of streamers catching hold of it, right? You have people like us going and looking for games, finding that fun game called, I don't know, Among Us, jumping in with our community and just being dumb, running around and, lying to each other and just having a lot of fun and where fun memories come from that. And Repo, that game coming around. How big was it? We literally just talked about that with Repo, how or Chronos, you were saying that how they originally were going to be just a single player game and they decided to go multiplayer and look at what it became.
Yeah, I mean, like as I've been saying in multiple episodes this season, it's just for me personally, multiplayer drives a lot of games for me to play them more. I'm like I said, multiplayer type person. I like playing with friends and everything. So I can see, there's got to be other people out there like me that's just like, hey, I'm playing with my friends if I'm gonna play. So that aspect of a game can really allow you to have a bigger outreach with the community and stuff when you're can like play with other people and not just by yourself all the time. So like as developers are seeing this, they're starting to go, "Hey, what if we incorporate this into our game somehow?" Even with Madhouse where it's like, okay, it's a local multiplayer, but it's still, you still have that ability to play with your friends.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, here I got a question for you guys. Have you ever joined an indie games Discord early to see its growth?
Oh yeah, I'm actually in Fubin's Discord.
Nice.
Yeah, and actually I've after we interviewed Fubins, he and I have kind of developed a pretty good friendship. I did an indie game showcase about his game that was pretty good. And then it was funny. Last weekend I did a stream. I was recording another showcase, and I took an AFK and I was going to play Madhouse because Fubins had actually gifted me the early access, past the demo. So it was like a week early. So I got to play the early access game about a week early, and I'm like, I want to stream this if that's okay with you. Because yeah, there's no embargo or anything like that. It's an unfinished game because it's an early access. So I can't beat the game anyway. And that's usually like an embargo is like, hey, you could play up to, and we did it with Ruffy in the Riverside, if you remember.
Yeah.
Here's your key. You can play up to this part, but you can't stream or record past that because we don't want that to be given away. We don't want to ruin that and spoil it for people that haven't had a chance to get their hands on it yet, let alone somebody beating it in front of them. So I called him during an AFK. I'm like, dude, if you have a moment, what do you think about popping onto my stream and just chatting with me, right? And so we spent 3 hours playing his game. with him doing commentary on the game, which I thought was really awesome. And huge shout out to Fubins. This game is phenomenal. And you know, a thing that I thought was pretty awesome, and I'm honored about it, is that he reached out the other day and said that he is putting me in the credits of his game for promotion, which I thought was really, really cool. I told him, dude, don't do that. There's no need, but he insisted on doing it. So I'm honored to be in the credits of his game, which is really awesome. Credited as Maztec Gaming, which I thought was pretty cool. But the thing is, after when we stopped the live stream, he's like, dude, I know that your internet sucks, and at this point, everybody should know my internet sucks, but come in and watch us play multiplayer, and I will tell you, bringing it back to your point here, New, is that it is insane, off the rails crazy, because it is a free-for-all deathmatch. So you can be any of the characters that show up in Madhouse, and it's finding any weapon from the game and just kicking the shit out of each other nonstop until nobody else is standing. It's a death match up to a certain amount of kills. So and I will tell you, it's gonna be right up your alley there. Released on October 1st in early access. The multiplayer is up. If you guys want to get it now. It's $5. It will go up to $10 or $15 once the full release hits. So this is a great time to get in at $5, and it will blow your socks off. I will tell you right now, Kronos, this is your type of game. You play that multiplayer, you're going to get hooked. It is a free-for-all.
So did he end up making it like where you can play online multiplayer?
Yeah.
Because see, remember when we interviewed him, he said it was local.
Yeah, he was. Unless they were, I mean, they were playing on Discord, so and they weren't all together. I mean, because he asked if I wanted to play. I'm like, dude, my internet sucks.
I wonder
So
if
it can't be local.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if it was local for his beginning testing. I'm assuming.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this
Yeah.
is
Okay.
I think this is P2P. It's not like a server or anything. It's P2P.
Okay.
Gotcha. That's cool. I actually like that.
Well, with my internet, everybody's going to kick my ass playing that game because of my lag. I'm out. I'm
You're
Shark
done.
Tanking that
Or-
shit.
Or who knows?
Dunzo.
You might kick everybody else's ass because like they'll go to hit you, you'll disappear and come up behind them.
Yeah, for real.
Either that or like they killed me before I even loaded in. So it's one of those two.
Oh. No, yeah, and dude, so there's so much more value to that game because of that as well, you know? It's really cool to see. It's really cool to see these indies popping off like that, right? And as you said, so well, before I get into the next subject, I didn't even go over. So I am in a couple discords as well for indie games. I'm in a discord called Threads of Time. That is a game that is not out yet. It's a RPG and it looks really, really good. I think it has I think I don't wanna I'll just say it. I think this is the game that had like 345,000 wish lists. So
Wow.
pretty amazing. I'm almost positive I saw that on X when I was scrolling through. So I'm in that Discord, which is pretty cool. We also have Forge of the Fae. That's another RPG that I'm in. And I think that's it. So I'm in that one and that one. Two RPGs, two really good ones. I'll be honest though, because they're RPGs, I don't even know if it's really because they're RPGs. I have never joined one that's a multiplayer or had multiplayer aspects to it. I pop in probably once a month just to try and see what's going on, the little updates that are going through. It's cool. It's cool to be on the inside a bit, because you're gonna get a lot more information in those discords than you would over on any kind of social media platform. You'll probably get, or even so, you'll get information sooner, you know, before it comes out. And like to your point, Maz, like you just said, like, oh, for like Madhouse, get this now before the price goes up. Like you could probably get something going on in one of these discords, like, hey guys, I'm going to set the price to this, but it's going to go on sale for this. So wait for the sale, little things
Yeah.
like that. to help their community out because of them backing them or supporting them the way they are in those discords. But that's all for me. Kronos, have you ever joined any game discords?
So I'm the only one I can think of that I'm in is the Spell Brigade.
Oh yeah.
I Yeah, I actually did join their Discord now that I think about it. I was actually sitting here, I'm like, I'm not part of any Discords for games. And I'm like, wait, no, I am in that one. But like other than that, like I never really focused on the Discord for games. I'm a slacker on all this stuff, I'll be honest with you. I load
Sorry,
it up,
man. We still
play
love
it.
you, bro.
I load it up and play it, and that's as far as I get into it most of the time.
Oh man. Hey, it is what it is. That's good though. Hey, that's your deal though.
I'm not.
I never jumped into any indie game Discord before it was probably maybe a month or so before we even started the podcast is when I jumped into my first one. So yeah, I had never thought about it before either.
I think same, because I think there's two others. One game called Taito, which is like a bird game, which is kind of cool. It's a beautiful looking game that was made on Godot, and it was the car dealer simulator. I'm still in those as well.
Well, yeah, I remember you sharing stuff about that bird one. It
Yeah,
does look
it's a beautiful game.
Yeah, it looks really good. So that's cool. I mean, it's really cool to have that because you don't get that when you join, even if a AAA company has a game Discord of any sort, you don't get that same feeling. You don't get that same like welcoming comfort going into a AAA game Discord. Come on.
Nah, no, not really. I mean, usually with AAA games, those are you got your content creators and fans, and it's really there's not a lot of camaraderie there. These smaller indie game discords, nice, and some of them are pretty tight knit and good stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as New said AAA game Discords, I'm like, could you imagine a Call of Duty Discord?
I'm sure it's
Wha-
there.
Why
Like you
is
you
it? Go ahead.
you couldn't get a message in without some little kid cussing you out. You know, like if you
Dude, for real. That's all I thought about as soon as I said it. We're on the same wavelength, man. Like, oh yeah, you could hear it already. Yeah, some little kid doing like, oh, get out of here, old man. What are you doing? You can't play like you used to.
playing games, unk.
Oh man. Oh
That's another thing that indie games thrive with too is the communities are a lot friendlier at times. I'm
yeah.
sure you still got your toxic communities with certain games, but for the most part, indie games are more laid back people to begin with, even the people that play them and make them. As we've seen from
Agreed.
some of the devs that we've talked to.
Yeah, especially the devs we've interviewed with. They are super laid back, chill, ready to talk about their game, very open to the questions that we ask them. It's just nice. It's just nice, Yeah, you're not going to get that in a AAA. All right, guys. Well, before we continue, we're doing it a little early, but that's all right. We are going to go ahead and do a quick ad break. And when we get back, we're going to get into why communities matter in the indie game multiplayer space, real world examples with these different games, and the new games coming in October, right after this. Hey, Indie Hangout crew, loving the show? Help us spread the word by dropping a quick 5-star rating or review wherever you might be listening to this podcast. It takes just a second and helps more than you know. Thanks for being awesome. Now, back to the show. And welcome back, everyone, to the Indie Hangout podcast with me, Pneumatics, Osai Kronos, and Maztec Gaming. So, we just got through talking a bit about multiplayer games with indies. We got through talking about Phasmophobia and how much fun that's been, and a little bit about Discord. So, before we jump into the next, if you didn't know, we have a Discord that we think you should jump in and carry a discussion with us in there because we go and post polls in there. We post stuff for information in general, all about indies. We have all of our listeners post questions to us from the mailbag. And if you want to be in on that, you should join it. Click on the About section wherever you listen to this podcast, and the link will be right there for you to jump in. So, onward and upward. Why communities matter in the indie player scene. So I think it's pretty self explanatory as we've looked past all the indies that we've played and how they've been popular, like Lethal Company, Phasmophobia, Among Us. What else? There's Content Warning, Repo, like all these ones are just popping off my head. Multiplayer has been one of the biggest factors, right? So, but why? Why are they? And so in 2025, there was a lot of layoffs, right? In the gaming scene in general, not just indies, but in AAA. And AAA is a whole different thing, I think. But indies, when it comes down to it, it's with the teams of 3 to 5 to 10. That's when big money can be involved and livelihoods. And if they cannot get the backing of their games, then layoffs are going to happen, right? What do you do to fend that off? You go and you do some marketing. You do Discord communities. You do these things that get really cult like followings so that you can continue building your game. Statistics show 70% of gamers discover indies through community interactions, and engaged players are 40% more likely to buy or recommend the games. How do you guys feel about that? Would you agree? Would you think that's true? Or is it a surprising fact that 70% of gamers find indies through community interactions?
So I agree with it. And, I've mentioned this before to you guys. A lot of the games I play or like want to play is because I watch like some of the YouTubers that I watch regularly play those games. So, like, technically I'm their community. I'm seeing them play that game and I'm like, that looks like a lot of fun. So then that's when I try it out. Other than that, I wouldn't know about half of these games.
What about you, Miss?
I'm not at all surprised. I mean, to Kronos' point, it's like I find most of these games through community. Before we got into the the Indie Hangout podcast, I've always liked indie games, but I haven't gone out of my way to find indie games. And I'll be honest with you, if you go on to Steam or you go on to Epic, they might show you or throw you a couple of indies that just happen to hit the algorithm right, but some of these diamonds in the rough you have to dig for. And we'll use Madhouse again. We've been talking about it all podcast. But I found Fubins through a random X post based on my algorithm pointing out that I'm looking and interacting with indie game developers. And my posts have the hashtags and the optimizations to hunt out these types of games. So, but I venture to guess, I mean, it came out, Madhouse came out in early access on October 1st. I venture to guess to this day, if I wasn't in the space, that I probably never would have picked up or found it. And it's a really, really cool game. So, no, it doesn't surprise me at all. And actually, the only thing that does surprise me is that it's only 70%, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way. Ever since we've been doing this podcast, it kind of opens your eyes to, like, we all hear about the big time indie games like Hollow Knight, Silksong. Honestly, I'll be 100% honest with you. I always confused Hollow Knight with Shovel Knight. I always interchange the two. I was like, oh, so whenever someone would say Hollow Knight, I'm like, oh yeah, the dude, the knight with the shovel thing, right? No, the shovel knight. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's like even with big indies, they can be a bit shoved to the side compared to like AAA games. You're like, no one's gonna confuse most popular AAA games with any other AAA game, right? Really diving into it, it's no surprise when we've gone through all the games we have. Do you guys really think we would have played even half the games that we've played since doing this podcast? I don't think so. I honestly probably for me, I'll answer like for me myself, I probably would have stuck to the big ones. Like, of course, when Among Us came out, but that was a while ago before we even thought about doing the podcast. Of course, Stardew Valley. Would I have picked up Silk Song? I doubt it. Honestly, I don't know if I would have. I would have saw the hype on X and been like, oh, okay. Scroll past that. And unless someone from somewhere in my community or you guys pointed out, hey, You should check this game out. It's pretty cool. It's on Game Pass. I'd be like, all right, yeah, I probably should. Other than that, I'm not going to, you know, just not going to.
I agree. I mean, I wouldn't even say half. I would probably, for me,
Like 90%.
Yeah, 90% is the number I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, Ruffy in the Riverside, that came up in algorithms, Madhouse algorithms. Most of the games that I've done on my indie game showcases, algorithm, finding them, just finding these big indie game authorities, these content creators that come out there and they say, "Hey, show me your new game." You pop onto their post, and they got 70 or 80 people, 80 devs out there being like, "Hey, check out my game. Check out my game. Wishlist it here. Wishlist it there." And that's how I've been finding my games. And I've been telling you guys that. And the cool thing is, on the selfish side, the cool thing is we've gotten some free games off of this as well. We've gotten to play these games for free. Not only did we're able to play these games for free, but we got to play them a month early in some cases. How cool is that? We're part of that now. But
we're
it's
on the inside.
Yeah, we're insiders, guys. We got the season, we got the backstage passes. But all joking aside, though, that comes from digging and forging relationships. And so, no, I'm saying 90%, maybe even more. I would say 90+% of the games that I've played since May of this year, I probably wouldn't have touched or even known about.
How do you feel about it, Kronos?
So I mean, yeah, like I agree because there's a lot of games. I mean, for example, I never would have played Ruffy if it wasn't from Maz, and technically, that's a community interaction right there.
Yeah.
And without that, I never would have played it, and I never would have had that game that I enjoy because I actually like playing Ruffy. I still want to go back and play it again every now and then. But like, there's a lot of games that through this podcast and you and Maz that yes, I've definitely picked up on that I would never have played if it wasn't because of this.
Yeah, and it goes to show the organic growth that's seen from indie games, from their community interactions and their posts and social media and stuff. It pulls in these people, it pulls on players like us, and like I said, it makes us feel like insiders to a point, and getting key codes and stuff. And we feel more vested, you know? We feel like we had some sort of impact with that game, especially when we're interviewing devs. And that's how about 45% of players feel when they join in with these indie games. They feel more invested and they feel like their feedback actually shapes the game in some way, shape, or form, which is something huge in itself. I mean, like you just said earlier, Maz, with you getting your name in the credits of Madhouse, that's insane. That's awesome. That is really cool. And from here on out, especially when the game fully releases, you're more vested. You're more likely to pick that up and play it 100% through. And if that never happened at all, if you had never, obviously, if you never found this post, because you probably would have never found that game. All right, fellas, I think it's a good time for us to move on and talk about our top 10 most anticipated indie game releases for this month, October 2025. Shaping up to be a solid month for indies, of course, as it always seems to be with the spooky season around the corner here. It has a blend of action adventure, roguelites, which seem to be all the rave lately, and some narrative gems in there. And we got about, like I said, 10 of them. I'll start off with the first one. So, what the number one most? I don't know if the LLM showed me these in the ranking from 1 to 10 as most anticipated, but this is one of the most anticipated games.
Oh, we're gonna smash or pass these.
Well, oh yeah, we're gonna smash or pass them for sure.
All right,
Damn
I
it.
like it.
I'm
ready. I came prepared.
You better pull them up, boys. Get ready.
I was hoping,
or pull them off.
I was hoping he was about to start talking about the first one. And I was just gonna yell, be like, "I'm gonna smash it!"
Oh, God. Oh, really?
Yeah.
The
Not
Howler.
really. Nah,
Not really.
I hadn't even looked it up yet. I was just gonna be like, "I'm gonna smash it." Like, oh wait, I thought we was doing smash or pass.
Smash Mina.
Smash Mina, the Howler, that is. Well, it's so it's a
Wow, that's a nice sentence.
yeah, it's a very, very, very flowy. So the description says, Jesus Christ, guys. It says, take control of Mina, a renowned howler, hurtled into a desperate mission, God, to a cursed island. O's burrow through the ground and explore a pixel perfect world in Mina the Howler, a brand new game from the developers who brought you da 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 Shovel Knight.
Didn't you mean
So-
Hollow Knight?
Yeah, I mean Hollow Knight, yeah. Totally.
Sorry, I'm still over here laughing.
But yeah, all joking aside, this game looks pretty good. Reminds me a lot of Zelda. Even some of the enemies in there. I literally was just watching, so over on Steam, watching the video, and one of the enemies looks like an enemy that sprouts in the little plant and pops out in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I forget what they're called, but they look exactly like it. So, and like I said, from the developers of Shovel Knight. So I'm curious to see this game released October 31st, 2025, and see if it's actually going to do well. Because Shovel Knight did really well, and usually we've seen a pattern of these game devs when they release one really good game, their next one usually does well. So, but regardless of that, smash or pass, guys. Well, Kronos, you already answered, so you're good. You're good.
I'm gonna change my answer because, like I
Oh,
said, I was just
really?
joking around. Yeah, I said I was just joking around. I hadn't even looked at the game yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be honest on these, and because of the two titles that are releasing this month, I'm more than likely gonna pass on a lot of these games.
Wow. I can't
I hate to
believe you.
say it that way, but I don't want to like say, yeah, I'm gonna play them and then just not even touch it.
Kronos just said, clear my schedule and hold all my calls.
Yeah.
That's what just happened there.
Yeah. Wow, Kronos. I can't believe you.
I'm a
can't
pass on
believe-
Kronos.
A
And it
pass-
was
Even
Smash.
you.
Okay,
before-
okay.
It was Smash earlier, but now I'm a pass.
Because we got a busy schedule as it is already.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I mean, we got Halloween streams to do, and then, like I said, of course, I got Battlefield and the new Pokemon game coming out, so I'm going to be busy with those. And I hate to say it, but it's going to be like we said before. A lot of these titles will be forgotten about by the time I get around to playing them.
100% get that for sure. You know, and Pneumatics with his Phasmophobia stream this month, so lots going on.
Yeah, he's going to be so nervous about playing that game that he's going to forget, like, oh wait, all these other games came out.
Yeah, he's gonna be shaking so much that it just kind of pops out of his head.
I mean, it just pops right out. Gone.
Hey, Mina the how God, I cannot say this.
Mina the Howler, huh?
No, is it?
I'm from the
Mina
country,
Hollower?
okay? I'm from the country, so holler. It's like it's
Oh, it is Hollower. I
No,
completely botched that.
Mina the Hollower.
The
okay, so maybe that's
Howler.
why I'm struggling it because I'm trying to say like New was saying it, the hollower. Okay,
All right, listeners, I promise there was nothing behind that. I was just mispronouncing it the entire time. That's it. That's all that was.
Love it.
okay. Oof. Felt like an idiot there for a second. I'm like, why is it not pronouncing it right? My brain could not function that word.
Nope, that was me. How about you, Maz?
You know, I've played so many pixel art Metroidvania games lately. I wasn't a huge fan of Shovel Knight. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pass on this one, believe it or not. And I'm usually pretty
dun.
open-minded with that. But, you know, to be in, Kronos' corner here, quite honestly, with everything going on with Shocktober, the horror streams, which, some changes that have been going on my YouTube channel that are kind of like requiring my attention a little bit closer at this point. I just don't know if that's if Mina the Hollower is on my docket this time around.
No clearing the schedule for this one.
No sir, there's no time. I can't even clear time in the schedule for me right now.
Yeah, I feel that, man. So I'm gonna pass as well. I know, 3 passes, boo. But it's I don't know, not really my thing. It looks too old school for me. It looks too old school Zelda. And don't get me wrong, I love Zelda games, but over time, I enjoy more updated pixel graphics. I enjoy, I don't know, just something different. It's almost too familiar, I guess. And as you guys, my busy schedule ain't gonna allow it. And probably for a lot of these games as well. Looking through them, just trying to find ones that really stick out. I don't really know, guys. I mean, we'll probably read off most of these and maybe I'll pick out one or two more just to be like, hey, maybe this one, maybe that one. But I've been so busy, deep dived, like focused on my game that I don't have time to play other games. It's kind of sad. It really is, man. I'll be literally focused. I have to make a decision every night when I get home from work. And the decision is, do I play a game for fun or do I make my game for fun? Right. And obviously, I want to continue making my game because I want to release it within the 6 month to a year time frame I've given myself. But I also sometimes just want to unplug the brain and play a game. Just kind of mindless, easy going, something simple. And yeah, that's my struggle every night. So, God forbid trying to add something new into my repertoire of revolver of games? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even if you guys are looking, I don't know if you've brought up any of these other ones. If any of them are looking good to you or not. I mean, we got this next one, Ball and Pit. It's not. I'm gonna say pass on that as well. It comes out October 15th. It's a chaotic roguelite brick breaker fused with a bullet hell. Are you guys finding
That
anything?
no, that's Google Play shit here. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
like I just like the name screams Atari 2600. I mean, let's get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more creative. But I
Right.
can't a roguelike brick. No, no, no,
Just no. Get
no.
out of here. Yeah. I mean, I looked at this other one. So and stop me if you guys find one that you're like, yeah, maybe this one looks cool. But I looked up anything with the title with sword in the title. I'm like, oh, what's this? Giga Sword is one. And once again, another platformer. The pixel art looks really good, but I mean, I'm gonna pass on that. You guys finding anything of interest?
I mean, Gigasaur looks pretty cool,
Yeah.
I mean,
and
it's
that
got good graphics and stuff, right?
yeah. I mean, I would actually. I'll probably end up smashing that one.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
For funsies.
Yeah, just casually, you know.
You know,
Casual smash.
yeah. I would smash that one too. I'm gonna change my opinion here. Like I said, I was trying to think like, hey, these games come out, I'm not gonna be able to play them. I'm just gonna play it based off of what I actually play them. So yeah, I would smash this game.
Man. Well, it must have been originally for October, but it looks like they moved the date. They delayed it to November 15th, November 13th, I should say. So a little bit later, getting into the beginning of November, but still, it's not too bad. So it looks cool. I mean, I like the whole gig with the guy with the literal Giga Sword, and the pixel art, like I said, looks really good. The little character graphics, they look really cool. Man, that looks really cool. It's what the boss, the big old skeleton.
Yeah, I seen that. That's why I was like, oh,
That's in,
that's a little wild looking.
yeah, that's interesting. So that's a pretty good one.
I know a game here that Maz would like to play. I mean, it's called Dispatch. Yeah,
Dispatch.
you're like a dispatcher in charge of sending out superheroes to do like missions.
That could be cool.
But if I remember correctly, like I said, back to the whole community thing, I seen a YouTuber that I watch play this, and I can't think of what the name of it is. It's where like whatever choices you make affect the story later on.
Oh, it's like a narrative.
Oh, kind of like a
Yeah.
Telltale game.
Yeah, so like if you send a certain superhero on a mission and they don't like they're too weak for that mission, they end up getting killed or something like that, and then the story changes based off of that.
I like
Oh
that.
my! Did you see
That's very
this?
cool.
Oh, look at it. Look, dispatch and wait. Which one is it? Hold on. Our listeners are gonna kick out of this. when you guys need to go on Steam and look up Dispatch and click down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10th little tile all the way down. Look at the character. Look at the superhero's name. You have sunglasses at night guy, Mr. Wet Ponytail, Doctor Don't Do Shit.
That's awesome.
Oh man, that's cool. Did I go ahead?
I'm just trying to. I'm trying. Oh, there it is. I got you. I like it. I couldn't find it.
I don't really like narrative games. I've never really gotten into them, but this is one that I'd probably pick up just because it looks funny, it looks interesting, and I probably would actually enjoy this one. I'm gonna smash this one. I think I'd like to play this one.
Smash.
Yeah, I'll smash it too.
Kronos, you're a liar.
Like I said, I'm just basing it off of would I play it if I had the time.
Right? No, that's cool.
I'll be honest with you. This next game, I'm hard pass right off the start just from the looks of it.
Dreams of Another?
I would have such a headache by the time I got done playing this game.
Man, that's a problem that I could see with some games that try to go too far out the box. I mean, if you make it so that your game looks just completely like super weird, you're gonna give people headaches and stuff, and then you just completely threw out your community to even be able to play the game.
I mean, y'all see the pictures on this game, right? It almost looks like when you got your phone in like 240p trying to watch a 4K movie. Like it just does not
Yeah,
look all that good.
no. And I'm sure they did it on purpose, obviously, the way the game is, but yeah, I couldn't do it. Pass, pass, pass.
Yeah, that's a pass for me. What about you, Maz?
Yeah, definitely a pass.
I mean, like, just none of the pictures I've clicked on look like they're clear. Like, I mean, I know that, like you said, it's the art style of the game, but like, even playing other games, like when the graphics get all wonky, like my eyes cannot adjust to that.
Yeah, no way, dude. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think we'll go ahead and post. I think I forgot to post the other one in the Discord, but this one, I'll try to remember to post the top 10 for our listeners in the Discord so you guys can go ahead and check it out and let us know which ones you're going to be smashing and which ones you're going to be passing.
I think I got one as well that I want to share. I'm just trying to find it though, real quick, guys. I
Yeah, let's hear it.
forgot what the hell it's called, and I think it just came out, or it's just coming out. This one actually might get Kronos excited here. This is actually called King of Meat, and it came out October 2nd. Compete in a co-op party platformer, pitting up to 4 players against community-built dungeons. Filled with puzzles to solve, challenges to traverse, and ridiculous monsters to fight. Progress through chaotic dungeons to unlock new abilities and gear on your way to becoming the ultimate contenders. Basically, it is a player versus pretty much PvP type thing, but the player you're playing against is the person that designed the level. So there's obstacles and there's bosses and there's different types of mobs to fight. Obstacle course is parkour, but you can play together. It's a co-op platformer. But it is really, really cool looking, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. In fact, if my internet was good, I'd already have this, to be honest with you, because it just looks so intriguing. When I see this, I think of, and we're kind of bringing it back about 10, 15 years to like Little Big Planet. That type of creativity, community builds different. You create your own arenas, and then people play in them. They rate the map, or in this particular case, they rate the dungeon that player has built. So this looks really awesome. I am looking forward to smashing the shit out of this thing.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I would smash that one too. Especially because in a prior episode, I talked about how I used to play Happy Wars a lot. And if y'all look that game up real quick, it almost has a similar style of like how the characters look and stuff.
Said Happy Wars?
Yeah, like it's got
I
like the
remember
little, I used to play
Yeah.
that game. I played that game so much and I loved it. And like this game here reminds me of that. And I'm like, yeah, I could get behind playing this one. So my ever-growing library.
This is a good one. This one looks awesome.
Yeah, for sure. All right, listeners. But if you would, like I said, share with us the games that you plan on playing in the month of October. If we've missed some on our list that we're going to share in the Discord as well, let us know. We'd love to hear it. All right, time to finish off the episode, guys. We are going to jump into the poll. Yeah, that's right. I actually did a poll this time. Didn't forget.
Nice.
So the poll goes, what's the number one way indie games have built a strong community around you without big budgets? Your options were Discord servers and early feedback loops, viral social media moments, in-game events or co-op features, word of mouth, or other. So let's get into it. What did we all vote for? How about you, Miss?
With viral social media moments. But I mean, if you really stop and think about it, it's all three of these.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you have to do when you're in this scene, you need to do a bit of all of it, right? Or one leads to another. And I think the main one of it though is the one I voted for as well, which is viral social media moments. If you have a viral social media moment, right? You're probably going to catch a lot of attention because it's gone viral, which means if you have a Discord set up, people are probably going to join the Discord. Which then guess what? Within a Discord, people talk. And then word of mouth happens. Hey, did you hear about this game? Hey, buddy, did you hear about this game? So on and so forth. Down it goes or up it goes, whichever way. And it's all going to make a big impact. But how about you, Kronos?
Y'all gonna hate me for this one. So new, unfortunately, I forgot to vote.
Wow.
If I had to pick,
Christ.
right? I know. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, just if I had to pick an answer, I would say viral social moments because a lot of times, you know, those, as we've said before, those, you know, streamers and YouTubers that start playing these little games, and next thing you know, they have that moment that just like stands out to where, like, you know, just example Repo, like some of the stuff that happened in that game. Those moments like went huge on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, had millions of views, and next thing you know, people are swarming to this game to try it out for themselves.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's for sure. And our community would agree. The winner of the poll was viral social media moments. And in that, we also got a good old comment from our good friend, Yemi the Ferret, who says all three choices are good, but viral media moments are king these days. I mean, how are you going to argue with that? Literally has viral in the name. If it's viral, it's going to catch fire. And yeah, it's going to be big. So, especially for marketing. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for voting in on the poll. And if you want to go ahead and vote on future polls and weren't able to get in on this one, be sure to join our Discord. As I said, in the About section, wherever you're listening to the podcast, click the link and join in on the conversation. All right, guys, that is it. That's all we got. That's the end of the episode. So, if you all enjoyed it, we really hope you did, you should go ahead and tune in for the next one that we'll have, as we do upload episodes every Thursday at 5 a.m. Central Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. And until next time, we will catch you guys later. Bye.
That's a wrap.
See you later.